This episode of the Pu'u Muay Thai podcast is brought to you by pmtlifestyle.com, Authentic Muay Thai Lifestyle by Pu'u. Definitely go check out the website at pmtlifestyle.com for some awesome lifestyle merchandise. That's for those of you out there either involved in Muay Thai, looking at getting involved in Muay Thai, and embrace a healthier lifestyle to live the life of a Nak Muay. Go check it out.
Hello, welcome to the Pu'u Muay Thai podcast. Today is Monday, January 10th, 2022. It is a great day. Looks like the weather's clearing up here in beautiful Santa Barbara, California. I'm working here at the Santa Barbara Academy tonight in Santa Barbara, California. If you're around in the area, come say hi. Holding down the front with Coach Ryan. Really looking forward to kicking off the 2022 training year here with our team. It's been a great holiday break, been super productive. We've had a ton of online activity during the break time. It's actually the first time I've been in the country during the holidays in the past, I think 6 or 7 years. I saw stuff go back to 7 years where I was in Thailand and stuff like that too. All right. So if you are listening to this over on Spotify or iTunes at a different date, make sure to go check out the Muay Thai community Discord for the most up-to-date announcements on TikTok, on the Muay Thai community, fight news, and just on Muay Thai in general. There's a great community on there. We've had it for about 2 weeks now, and it's grown to over 120 members in those 2 weeks from all over the world, from Germany, Latvia, Bosnia, USA, Canada, Mexico, Brazil, Thailand, China, and Japan. It is great to have a nice eclectic mix of people. The Muay Thai community is so small. It's great to have everybody in one place, and it's easily accessible to everybody. All right. So today, I wanted to talk a little bit. Our topic of conversation is why doctors and lawyers are training Muay Thai. You heard that right. So the benefit of learning to deal with the consequence of your actions through technical practice, physical conditioning, drilling, and sparring scenarios, those are something that are very important for Muay Thai. Let me share with you why this unique perspective that I've had that you probably haven't thought about before. When you think of doctors and lawyers, the last thing you probably think of is Muay Thai, honestly. I mean, who thinks of doctors and lawyers as Muay Thai? All right? So I've been seeing a trend in the past 8 or 9 years in the martial arts world, and it's not just limited to Muay Thai, but I've been seeing a lot more coming into Muay Thai now. And what it is I'll share with you in this article what that unique perspective is, and in this podcast what that unique perspective is, and why you should be training Muay Thai as well, especially if you're a doctor, a lawyer, a working class professional that has to be put under high stress, having to be making constant life-impacting decisions. So doctors, lawyers, you do that all the time, right? So Muay Thai is a martial art that originates in Thailand. It is the only martial art to develop during wartime. Only one in the world. Believe it or not, only one in the world to develop directly during wartime. It's one of the reasons they don't have green belts and stuff like that too. Forms. They just, hey, how do I defend the land? Is a perfect way for them to be able to defend their land, right? So as we continue to grow and learn more about these benefits of Muay Thai, which is probably, you're probably wondering, what's the benefit a lawyer or a doctor might have from Muay Thai. And to my 15 plus years of martial arts training experience, I probably would have agreed with you as well prior to that experience. Probably be like, well, why does that matter? All right. James Cook, retired Fairtex, is a lawyer. Ooh, nice. There you go. Grasshopper and the Bear over on TikTok. Exactly, man. You get a ton of people. I remember James Cook. I haven't heard that name in a very long time, though. So we're even seeing that big tech companies such as LinkedIn and Google, I'm sure TikTok, Discord, they're starting to push it too, have been subsidizing martial arts and training, including Muay Thai, for their employees and teams. And I gotta ask you guys, why do you think they're doing that, right? Hey, man, $4 trillion has been fighting Muay Thai for past 5 years from Barry M on TikTok. That's awesome, man. Congrats to your daughter. One of my own training partners. Oh, nice, man. James Cook. Freaking, like I said, I haven't seen that name. Man, I remember seeing him fight on the Dennis Warner cards, if I'm not mistaken. if I'm not mistaken. All right. So keep those questions going. But why do you guys think lawyers and doctors, like, what's the benefit for them for training? And why do you think LinkedIn and Google are giving subsidized martial arts training to their employees, including Muay Thai training? I think it's very key to think about. And from like a purely like a success standpoint, you can't argue with the success of LinkedIn and Google. You can't. They're tech giants. Everybody knows the names. Everybody, especially Google. I go to college and only able to train when at home. Any tips for keeping my Muay Thai sharp? Yes, Jack Bird. I would recommend watching Muay Thai as much as possible. And, we did have a Muay Thai live channel, but YouTube's deciding they don't want to have Muay Thai live anymore on YouTube. After over a year of us doing it, I don't know what changed. But doing online training too. We actually have an online training course. It's like $28. It's an 8-week online program, and just being consistent, being really as consistent as possible. We also offer online training within our programs. If you have a place that's nearby that does it, or if you're in the same time zone and it works out for you, don't hesitate to reach out. Send us a DM over on Instagram, and I can help you out. Definitely check out our YouTube and stuff like that as well. And be active in the Muay Thai community Discord. The link is also in our bio, my man. All right, there's tons of active people in there, and it'd be a good way for you to stay motivated and stay engaged. Okay, Grasshopper and the Bear, they're probably trying to teach their employees Muay Thai so they can develop a warrior mindset. Ooh, a warrior mindset. I also like to call that a Muay Thai mindset. If you guys saw the recent post I made about Valentine One Day, the most recent podcast before this, episode 49, that guy has a warrior mindset. He talked about it a little bit, made a little sizzle reel out there for him over on Instagram. And great dude, and it's definitely something that is very prevalent in Muay Thai, but I could definitely agree with that. I'll get into that here, okay? The vast benefits of Muay Thai stem into other realms outside of combative training and self-defense. Muay Thai practitioners are known for being some of the best conditioned athletes in the world. With that, it's become a very popular outlet for working professionals such as doctors, lawyers, just as a general outlet for them. Not just an outlet physically, but to better utilize and hone their skills in critical thinking, decision-making, and dealing with consequences and actions in a real-time setting. All right? Jack Bird says, I think they do it because training in martial arts betters the whole person. Cura personalis in Latin. Ooh, haven't you heard that term? Cura personalis with that personalis. I'm going to look that up. And it definitely does better a person in whole. And you see in Thailand, the police and the army all train Muay Thai as part of their combatives training. And that's one of the reasons Lumpini and Rajadamnern Stadium exists. It's for the police and the army. That way they learn what it's like to get beat down. And that way they have the humility to serve the public. Just food for thought. And I think it's something that's really important. Okay? So it's like in learning to deal with those actions and consequences, it's really great for personal development. And nowadays, not everybody's been punched in the face. They don't understand the consequence of their actions and getting punched in the face. Okay? So I have personally seen many working professionals, mainly doctors and lawyers, express the vast benefits of Muay Thai training has had on their career. I have a lot of students over the past 8 years of our academy that are doctors and lawyers. We have a lot of them that come in and train with us. And you would never know it. They're some of the most down-to-earth people you know, and they're very low-key about what they do. The less stress they have in their daily life, and the better that they will be at the professional life is what the thought process. So the less stress they have in their personal life, the better their professional life, and better they can perform when it comes to their professional duties as a doctor and a lawyer. So it's really a double-edged sword where they're de-stressing, yet also honing the skills that are required for themselves professionally. One might also say, killing two birds with one stone. Grasshopper and the Bear says, U.S. cops need that. I 100% agree. And what's funny is that actually the federales in Mexico City started implementing a similar program. And my trainer, Knockweed, actually was helping them implement it down in Mexico City with the federales. And I actually saw that there was a couple of police stations that were requiring their police officers to do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to learn how to safely restrain people, which I can totally get behind. It's great. It's not Muay Thai. I totally can get behind a solid martial arts training program. All right. So going on here. So, oh my God, it's crew. What's up, Christian? Hope you're having a great day. We'll see you soon. I know you got to deal with some personal stuff before you get back in, but looking forward to having you in the academy. Okay, so I strongly believe, and I've seen it myself, in regards to these results. Like I said, I've had a lot of students that have come in throughout the years that have been doctors, lawyers, working professionals. The benefit of learning to deal with the consequences of your actions through technical practice, physical conditioning, or lack of physical conditioning sometimes, eating a body shot when you're not conditioned like you should be. Drilling and sparring scenarios, whether they be positive results, such as landing a good strike on the pads or during sparring, or the results of making a mistake and ending up getting swept to the mats. All right? So it's very much, cause and action or reaction, depending on how you're going to react to it, too. Okay? It's really a no-nonsense approach to learning how to overcome any consequences of your actions, as well as not dwelling too much on the positive ones in the moment, as well as not dwelling on any mistakes that you make, and continuing to move forward to better yourself and celebrating afterwards and reflecting after. Okay? If you start thinking about the mistakes you're making while you're making them, believe me, you're going to start piling up more. Right? In Muay Thai, the best way I can relate is if you're worrying about leg kicks, you better believe you're going to get kneed or punched in the face. All right, so I see bugbears are goblinoids over on TikToks. A lot of BJJ places near me have a adopt a cop program to help pay for the training. Ooh, that's awesome, man. Where do you live? Jim Gordon 8 on TikTok says, do dogs in Thailand get let down? Get out down. I'm not sure. Get out down. I'm not sure what you mean. Or get put down. They don't put down the dogs. It's not a common thing there. Again, I think I mentioned last time to you with the thought behind reincarnation, it's somebody serving out their karma. And typically the monks will help take care of them, too. There's a couple parks where they get taken care of. Bugbears and goblinoids, you're from Detroit. Awesome, man. I think that's great for Detroit. I've never heard of that. Adopt a cop program and they help pay for their tuition. That's great. Man, I can get behind that. I want to look into something like that myself. I love the Santa Barbara and Ventura PD here in our community. We have some sheriffs and stuff as well in our programs. So definitely good people to be involved. So again, it helps you overcome those scenarios with, being able to have those times to overcome the adversity while you're experiencing it and learning to not to dwell on it and try to figure out a new solution to the problem. Whether in sparring or on the pads or in the technique, right? Maybe something's not clicking. What is it? Am I not stepping in enough? Am I not connecting with the correct part of my leg or my foot? Am I not hitting with the correct part of the elbow? Whatever it may be, if you dwell on it, you're going to get stuck, okay? So with something like that, you can see probably how that would relate to like corporate America, in being a lawyer and being a doctor. One of the things that's interesting, I mentioned those big tech companies, they're starting to catch on to this stuff and realize the benefits of what Muay Thai has to offer for a working professional. The more that their employees are training martial arts, the better that they are typically perform in their professional environment. They're going to get better utilization of their profession, of what they went to school for, of what they specialize in. We're even seeing the big tech companies, like I said, LinkedIn and Google, have been subsidizing their martial arts training for their employees and for their teams. So I think that's just huge. All right. I truly believe that many other working professionals can benefit from this, but I have personally seen it benefit lawyers and doctors within our academy. So I don't want to speak too much on the other ones. I could see how that would benefit them, but I have personally seen it work with doctors and lawyers in Muay Thai training and how it could benefit them. And it really is a good humbling experience. If you guys have never done martial arts, it's a great humbling experience, and you're really side by side with everybody. All right? No one's above anybody. So those like social, economical classes, those don't exist in a martial arts school. You have the teachers and you have the students, right? So if you're hearing this and you're interested in learning more about Muay Thai, corporate retreats, corporate team building exercises, seminars, or just genuinely have a curiosity about Muay Thai, please reach out to me. You can reach out to me on our Muay Thai Discord, our Instagram. You can call our academy, ask them questions, and you can get in touch with me as well. I'm available for one-on-one coaching and stuff like that too, and I'd be happy to set up a meeting and to discuss how to implement this into your life. If you have a company, how to implement it into your company culture as well. All right, so some questions here on TikTok. Jim Gordon 8, what's your experience with Soy Dogs? I've heard some great stuff from them. They've done some great fundraisers within the Muay Thai community. As far as I know, they are a legit organization. Why is Muay brand not being practiced anymore. So Muay Boran, it's still being practiced. It's just not as popular because it's not something that you'll see in the ring that often. And there's not a lot of people that are teaching it. It got watered down throughout the years. It got lost. Much like the Hawaiian language, it almost people weren't interested in learning it, so people weren't teaching it. And then it got lost over time, from my understanding. Opinions on jiu-jitsu, multi-grain crackers. Oh, if you were just listening, man, I just said it. I think jiu-jitsu is great martial art. Muay Thai and jiu-jitsu complement each other very well. They're both great combative martial arts. I specialize in Muay Thai. My experience is like 99% in Muay Thai. I've dabbled a little bit in jiu-jitsu, but not too much because my one true love is Muay Thai. Jim Gordon 8 also asked, do Thai coaches treat foreigners differently? What you mean by being treated differently? Because I want you to think about, while I have your attention, I want to mention and just give a shout out to Hydronic Hydration, the electrolyte powder drink that we have that has actually sponsored the podcast. Just some information on Hydronic Hydration. It started in the midst of the pandemic. The founder of Hydronic Hydration is a frontline healthcare worker. They started developing constant headaches during this whole pandemic thing. So a landmark research study published earlier during the pandemic showed that up to 81% of frontline healthcare workers developed new headaches, mainly because of their personal protective equipment like face masks and face shields, which prevented them from eating and drinking properly while on the job. He would leave work tired, dehydrated, and just straight up burnt out. Like much of us, right? Sounds familiar. Sounds like what you might feel after a long day of training and not getting enough hydration. The founder looked for a healthy drink with all the necessary vitamins and minerals with no sugars, something that was keto-friendly and healthy. But most powdered drinks on the market have a ton of sugar and caffeine. You see other brands. I'm not going to name any names. They're very popular for sports rehydration. If you drink too much of it, those things, they'll give you the runs and things like that. So that's why he created Hydronic Hydration, which is sugar-free, keto-friendly, plant-based, nice, and antioxidant-rich electrolyte powder packets for daily use containing all essential vitamins and minerals with a refreshing taste. The product also contains elderberry, which is an immune-boosting property for supporting during the cold and flu season. It's perfect for right now, guys. Hydronic Hydration electrolyte powder packets can also fit into your bag, suitcase, your training bag, or in your pocket. All right, so when you're traveling, don't forget about it. So if you're having trouble with eating and drinking healthy during your busy day in 2022, but want a simple, sugar-free, keto-friendly, and plant-based vitamin drink, make sure to give Hydronic Hydration a try. There are 30 electrolyte powder packets in each pouch, and it's perfect for a 1-month supply. You can visit the website hydronichydration.com. That's HYDRONIQUE hydration.com. So, again, that's hydronichydration.com. You can also search on Amazon for Hydronic Hydration, where they're offering a $10 discount coupon code this week only to be able to save $10 at checkout on Amazon. The link is going to be in the show notes, so make sure to go check that out. Shout out to Kadar over at Hydronic Hydration. What you mean by being treated differently? Because I want you to think about it this way. The business model of Muay Thai in Thailand, shout out to my friend Josh Saliva 95 over here on the Muay Thai Discord. He's over in Thailand right now. He can actually speak more on that. He's in the Muay Thai community Discord right now, Jim Gordon 8. The link is in our bio. He's in the general chat right now. He's over in Thailand. He's an American guy. You can talk to him and get some more insight on this too. But I'll tell you my personal experience from what I've seen. I've had students that have gone over there on sponsorship. So if you are what I would call like a tourist, so you're somebody that's paying to train there, you're going to get treated, of course, differently than the sponsored fighters. Sponsored fighters, they have other various duties that relate to the business of a Muay Thai academy in Thailand. If you want more details on that, my friend Matt Lucas, who's also in the Muay Thai community Discord, by the way, has a great book called On Fighting in Thailand. It's available on Amazon. You can find, I think I have a link somewhere in the Muay Thai community Discord. But you can always message me on Instagram and I can hook you up as well. But I feel that a lot of the people who are on there are going to be able to find a lot of value out of Matt Lucas's book. Okay, so definitely go check that out. All right. Not only that is, when you're that tourist and you're paying, depending on what gym you're at, which area, which location you're in, you're going to get different training depending on which part of the country you're in. Bangkok, you're typically going to get a higher intensity training experience than you would if you're in Chiang Mai or Phuket. Phuket is a high tourist area, and I know things are going to change with COVID and stuff, but this is how it was before shutdown, and I'm assuming it's going to generally stay somewhat the same after, when more people are traveling back into the country. So it also depends on how long you're at the gym for. Are you there for 2 days? Are you there for 2 months or 2 years? Your experience is going to vary. If you go to and establish a relationship, a long-term relationship, business relationship too, because it is a business relationship when you're paying them for training, or if you are sponsored by them, okay? That's going to give you a different perspective, and it'll allow you to figure out, what it's like to really get that authentic experience. I myself have had a long-term relationship with a couple of gyms in Thailand, including Kit Kem Torn Gym, been going there since 2010, and Sasi Prapa Gym with Kun Ta Kun. They've had fighters come over here to the U.S., driven them around. I stayed over there. They driven me around. They're good people, and they're good promoters and stuff like that too, the sport of Muay Thai. So I hope that helps you out. Bugbears or Goblinoids on TikTok asks, what is your opinion on Sanda? Well, I don't really have a way to form an opinion on Sanda. There's actually, I view it as not popular. That's my opinion. I mean, I think it's great for MMA, but it is not popular here in the U.S. It is, I think I saw some kind of flyer advertisement pushed to me about becoming officiated, learning how to officiate in Sanda, but I have no interest in that, because I think I've seen maybe 3 or 4 Sanda tournaments or matches in the past 15 years, and one of those was in Europe. And there was supposed to be a whole bracket, but I think there was a 8-person bracket when there was literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of competitors from Muay Thai and kickboxing. Grasshopper and the Bear says, any thoughts on AKA Thailand? Beautiful facility, great facility. My friend Mitch Viquez was actually the media person when they first opened up over there. And my student Wolfgang, who's actually a doctor, he's one of the doctors I've been training with. He's one of the first people that got to train there before it opened. Great, beautiful facility. They've had some great trainers going there. I don't know who's there currently. I love what they do with their media and stuff like that as well. Not biased because my friend Mitch is doing it. I just like the whole media content creation that Tiger Muay Thai and AKA does. We're actually working on replicating some of those models for our academies as well. And there's actually a jiu-jitsu black belt that's there named Professor Brian Mallory. He's a jiu-jitsu black belt under Fabio Leopoldo in Ventura, California. He's actually the new black belt over there at AKA. So I know you're getting good high-level jiu-jitsu instruction, which is hard to get in Thailand. It's hard to get that authentic jiu-jitsu experience. There isn't a whole lot of high-level black belts in Thailand. Is Muay Thai sparring and fighting brutal? From Lirio over on TikTok. No, sparring in Muay Thai is actually very playful. You play when you spar. I've talked about this before. If you want to check out my our YouTube, I actually have a whole video, and I talk about it extensively here on the podcast too. Fighting it's not even the top 10 most dangerous sports, just so you know. Okay, it's not even the top 10 most dangerous sports. Talked about that before too. Okay, Savio Shayota, do you think from TikTok? Do you think someone from the U.S. can become pro Muay Thai fighter and make money off it? So make money off of just fighting? Is that what you're asking? Or you mean by using that as a vessel to build themselves to be able to make money? Because off just fighting alone, you're not going to make a living in the U.S. just solely based on fighting. You're not. Okay? So I hope that provides some clarity for you on that. What are your thoughts on Ajahn Gay? I think he's a great trainer. He was actually over at Sasi Prapa Gym for a while too. Yeah, it's pro fighting and making money. You're not going to make a living doing pro fighting, even with sponsors in Muay Thai. The pay is not enough, and sponsors are very apprehensive because there's not enough viewership in Muay Thai. Where you're going to make your money, private lessons, you're marketing yourself through fighting, selling tickets, doing stuff like podcasts, media appearances, and marketing yourself and branding yourself online. It's really unique that we have a platform like TikTok and these podcasting platforms, YouTube, Instagram, to be able to self-market and self-promote. My friend Matt Lucas, he does the media and social media for Fairtex Training Center over in Thailand, and it's a great way for people to be able to kind of see, and he covers a lot of this in his book that I was talking about as well, called On Fighting in Thailand, about how to make money as a professional. So I hope that answers your question here a little bit too. And it's just overall a great, it's a great sport. It's a passion sport. You know, I was talking with Valentine about this, is that the term amateur, people think of amateur and pro as different, but being an amateur is you're doing it for the love of it. All right? So if you don't enjoy being an amateur in Muay Thai, you're probably not going to enjoy being a pro. But the business model in Thailand is vastly different. Okay? Any thoughts on the famous Tiger Muay Thai padwork day haze with the fighters on YouTube? I think it's important for them because those people are getting sponsorship based upon that. So if they're there for 3 days and they don't have a long-term relationship or established record with the gym, of course they're going to have to go through this brutal tryout to see if they actually have the heart that it takes to be able to fight. So would I do that personally for our students? Hell no. Do I understand why Tiger Muay Thai did it in order to be able to do a tryout for their fighters? Absolutely I do. Absolutely. So I agree with it. I get it. I hope that helps out Grasshopper and the Bear. It's entertaining to watch, too. It's entertaining as shit to watch. Hey, guys, if you're here on TikTok, make sure to double tap that screen. Hit the share button, too. Make sure to share this. Double tap the screen. Let's get those likes up. Get the like count up. If you guys want to follow us over on TikTok and join our Muay Thai community Discord, I'm actually broadcasting live there right now as well. If anybody's listening there and has some questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm just reacting to Josh Saliva over on our Discord server. Nothing much. 3:20 a.m. here in Thailand. Up after training, up from training, living good. Been sparring a lot of Russians lately. They got weird styles sometimes. Oh my god, sparring with Russians is crazy. Sparring with Russians is nuts sometimes. If you guys don't know, Russia has a big Muay Thai scene, and a lot of them are down in Phuket, which is, I think, where Josh Saliva is at. Man, we gotta get him on the podcast sometime. Let me ask him. So, Josh Saliva, we gotta do a podcast soon. All right. So I hope that answers your question and gives you a little bit of highlight on what that entails in regards to Muay Thai and how it relates to working professionals such as doctors and lawyers. All right. With that said, guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify and on Apple iTunes. If you're listening, it would mean the world to me and our team if you leave a review. It takes 15 seconds. Put 5 stars, but hey, great podcast. Whatever it may be, or hey, this guy needs a shave. Okay, whatever it may be. Make sure to join the Muay Thai community Discord. Come back, be active, engaged. We have some giveaways coming out this week too. And again, Happy New Year. I'm looking forward to kicking it off with our students. So what do you cop? All right, that's it today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys are listening on iTunes, please go leave a review. It means the world to me if you enjoy the content, or if you like hearing about all the stuff that has to do with Muay Thai and what we're doing. Also, there's another way to support us. If you guys visit our Patreon link, it's in the show notes. Also on our YouTube, if you go to pmtlifestyle.com, there's a Patreon link up at the top. You can support us for as little as $5 a month. To get some behind-the-scenes footage, things of that nature, to see what we're doing behind the scenes for Pu'u Muay Thai, what we're trying to get going. Also, you can get some early access clips. You can also get t-shirts, merchandise, and a few other things as perks of being a patron. Again, go check that out. It's at pmtlifestyle.com.